FunPop. FunPop. FunPop.
Hey, what's up, people of the world? Hi, this is FunPop, and this is episode 13, a DC special for the most part. Maybe some other things as well. But hi, everybody. How are you doing? Thank you for joining us. I'm joined today, as always, by my fellow FunPopians, the mellow fellow from outer space, Psycho. What's up, dude?
What's up, man? It's been freaking crazy freaking day. All these like little announcements here and there and some bickering on Twitter. But I've been playing The Wild at Heart pretty much all day today.
Oh,
And
nice.
it's been so fun.
You been enjoying that?
So fun.
I've been hearing a lot about that.
It is
dude.
so fun. I've been digging it.
I didn't see you streaming earlier. I need to go back and watch.
I streamed for about an hour and then just wasn't feeling it, so I got off. I was doing some stuff, but then I just hopped on and I was like, you know what? I'm just want to play, and that's what I probably should have freaking streamed it, but yeah,
Right
I was
on.
probably playing 7 hours so far.
Wow, nice, dude.
Yeah,
Like
it's good.
almost as far in Wild at Heart as I am in Resident Evil, and I've been playing that for like 2 weeks. I need to just sit down and play something for hours, like I used to.
Yeah.
Hey, we also have Mr. Bit, the 3-bit,
Hey.
Here as well. What's up, dude? How's your day been? I don't think we have spoken much today, which is unusual.
Yeah. Pretty good.
Oh, you know what? We had
working.
interesting DMs earlier. I'm sorry.
We did.
I forgot about those.
We did have those crazy DMs that we did earlier, but yeah, I'm excited to talk about some of this DC stuff. And hello to everybody in the chat. We have emotes now, so I want to see lots of fingers smelling and lots of fun popians to our channel members.
Heck yeah, dude. Yeah, it's Kate worked on those. And by the way, I get the opportunity now to shout out our channel members for the first time during a podcast. So I'm going to do that now. Shout out to the channel members. There was a first channel member, Fakey. How's it going, dude? And we also have Caper Grant, Dead Wolf, Fastback, Snakewood. Oh, geez, I'm just reading these Psychonauts. Amazing, awesome people here. Boogie as well. Let's see who else we got here. I got the list in front. Infinite. I'm reading it as it's scrolling, guys. I'm sorry. Prophet as well. I'm back from dead. Man, it's crazy. Like to see the people just join the channel when I activated that. That was insane. Flamish Monster 530. And yeah, that's everybody, guys.
Nice.
Thank you so much for the support and being part of the channel. We greatly appreciate it. Now this is going to be a fun DC show because there's cool, fun DC stuff to talk about that was announced over the last couple days. And I will start with the first thing is, hey, we're getting a Injustice Gods Among Us movie. So have you guys heard about this?
Yes.
Yeah, actually.
It's a direct to video animated movie, and it's a big one.
I think it's really cool how Injustice sort of panned out in terms of it was a video game first.
Yeah.
And then they made a comic book based on that video game of what happens prior to the events and even like in between the events from Injustice 1 to 2. And then now it's become this thing where now it's becoming like an animated movie, and it started from that video game. Now the thing that I find very interesting and something DC needs to work on I didn't really think about it till Neo GameSpark. Um, he mentioned it. I'm like, yeah, that's kind of true. Is DC has all of these sort of like spin-off stories to
Yeah.
like their main stories. Like they have Flashpoint, where instead of Bruce Wayne becoming Batman, it's his father, uh,
Mhm.
Thomas Wayne
Thomas Wayne.
becoming Batman. Then they have Injustice, where Superman is evil, and that's becoming like a thing with a lot of the stories where Superman is more like the bad guy, with it, like the new Suicide Squad game where he's like they're facing
Mhm.
Superman. Um, or even Snyder's version of these characters where it's a little bit darker. Um,
Yeah. Kind of got.
and
Yeah, you got a kind of glimpse of that in Snyder Cut.
yeah,
Superman kind of going bad.
which I think Snyder was aiming for that Injustice take. While I love
Mhm.
that and it's very fresh, I think DC does it quite a bit. And like where their side stories more so than it's becoming a thing where their side things are almost overlapping, I would say, like
Yeah.
their main stories, which is an interesting problem. I don't think it's a too but big of an issue, but I do think that for their movies, what they should start doing is like, make sure you have those main stories in there, which they're working on, but then do your take on it like as an afterthought. But Flashpoint Fix It is a huge story. It is a huge story. And it's very much a different take on a lot of different characters, which is what makes Flashpoint interesting. And the whole take of these characters, like Injustice, why people can appreciate it a little bit better is the fact that it's a different take on these characters, but you still need the original to appreciate that take, is what I'm saying. Um, so yeah, what do
Yeah.
you guys think?
Yeah,
I've
it
said
was interesting because I was reading what was it hold on I'm a book gaming and they were just reading a little about it, and they mentioned that there's going to be a sneak peek of the movie. There'll be a part of the upcoming home release of Batman the Long Halloween Part 2. So
yeah,
when that comes out, they're gonna have a sneak peek of what this movie or animated series or movie is gonna be, which is very interesting. So, you know, I I kind of enjoyed the Injustice storyline.
Yeah.
It
yeah,
was definitely fresh, and it was nice to see because Superman, because I love Superman, but he could be a good goodie, too good, you know what I mean? And so like
yeah.
to see kind of see him have uh a dark side, and it, it was nice. It was like, ooh, it intrigued me. So like I like the games, and I didn't read the comics, but
Mm.
um where Snyder cut was kind of going, where Zack Snyder was kind of go taking the movies, I was like, okay, we're gonna, see a darker side of DC, which is really cool. We're gonna see Superman, you know, pretty much get tricked into thinking that, um, that they killed Lois Lane, and Justice League killed Lois Lane, and then
Now,
Superman was the shit.
yeah, I love the Injustice story. I have all the little comic books too. Do you? My question for both of you is: Is there a point in when you start having these side stories like an Injustice, where do you feel like it's always okay to have like a bunch of these side stories, or do you think there's a point in where it can take over your main story?
Um, I think if it's in moderations, it's good, but if it's like frequently, I'm not.
uh,
I don't like the constant changing of, where the story point is kind of gone, and I mean they change it, and like now, like the new 52, all everyone's story changed again. I'm like, come on, guys. I mean, I know
yeah.
you're just trying to keep things fresh, but it's just sometimes
Do,
it's hard
do you
to.
feel like DC is getting there? or do you feel like it's fine right now?
Um, they just need to slow their paces a little bit with all the different side stories and everything, and just kind of focus and kind of pick a storyline and whatever they want to do, and just focus on it and give us a really good stories out of whatever it is before we start getting offshoots all couple months at a time, and it's just you know
Okay.
muddies it a little bit.
What about you, Mav?
So for me, it's like it's kind of hard to follow because you start for me it's like, okay, which is the actual timeline? It's like that's one thing, like MCU and stuff and everything. It's like I understand like this is the main timeline, and then they have like what if, right? Or
Mm.
they have like um the animated ones, right, that are completely separate, so it's like clearly distinct of what they are. Whereas with DC, there's like bunch of different movies with the same characters but played by different actors doing different things, and they kind of like it's kind of like with how Fox was using X-Men, right? Just like they're trying to tell a cohesive story, but it's also not cohesive, but then they also have different stories, right? Which is a good thing in and of itself, because there are great stories to tell that are unique creations, right? That are worthy of being told, and they may never get the chance the other way, right? Like you may have like this Injustice Gods Among Us thing would never happen in the Marvel MCU, you know?
Mm.
So that's the positive, right? But then the negative is like, okay, what is like the actual thing that I'm supposed to be following, if that makes sense, right? So it's not like I I think you just have to, with DC, accept it for what it is right now and just understand that it's just going to be individual stories, and that's also maybe how comic books have been, right? Like where they've hired different artists to tell a new story, different writers to tell a new story, then they go into a different project and they hire different people to do a new story, and then they keep doing that, right? So it's kind of like more mirrors the comic book world with how DC's been approaching the
Yeah.
movies and stuff. But I'll say, for me, I'm like super excited about this because it is a great
Yeah,
story.
not to do into the same. It was just a
Yeah.
thought that occurred to me, like after I'm seeing it a lot more with DC, like these side stories, and
Mhm.
it just made me think like with Marvel, it's a little bit easier in terms of if you're just jumping in because you
Yeah.
have that
Linear
main
timeline that you can
linear
follow.
timeline.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So, like in Loki, for example, when he's probably going to jump to like the different movies and probably some stuff is going to happen, you can
I can't
appreciate
wait
it
for that,
because you
dude.
already had that main sort of thing happen, right? Um, Whereas in Flashpoint, we're probably going to get a different. Well, we're going back, I guess, to the other Batman at some point with Michael Keaton, um, and then Injustice is like, and that's more like that's gonna be like a side movie. I would think, like a little cartoon or something like that. But that was a thought that occurred to my soul. Like you do have like your main story with like MCU, and then that means they can go crazy with like their alternative timelines. And then with DC, they kind of don't really we don't really know what's going on with their main timeline. Like they don't seem to like Zack Snyder, so there might be doing his timeline, but also not their own sort of thing. I don't
yeah.
know what's going on
I
with
think they're
DC.
treating their freaking like the movies like with the comics. So like the comics, it's like all kind of like all over the place at the moment,
Yep.
and so that's how the movies are. So I don't know if they're doing all this, and then it's like, oh, and then have Flashpoint and make everything like cohesive that way, because that's like we see how many Batmans we had and how many Supermans and all that, and then and just try to make Flashpoint like, oh, this is the reason why in the DCU or EU, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
But I don't know. We'll see
Yeah.
what they do, because
I'm
with not
curious.
with the merger, it
Yeah.
could change again. So who knows?
I'm curious on one
Yep.
thing, like how are they gonna start this movie? Because if I remember right, in Injustice: Gods Among Us, the game, it starts out. Am I wrong with like Superman had already kind of taken the throne of like ruler
He
of Earth? You know, like
he starts becoming evil
I
like
can't remember
officially
which.
when Joker kills Lois Lane.
Yeah, when did that happen
Yeah.
though? Was it in the middle of the story of Injustice, or was it at the
I
big
thought it was
like?
beginning
Yeah, I thought it was the beginning too. Like it just kind of
Yeah.
alluded to that, and then
because
the game
that's the
starts,
different
right?
timeline. Like, what if Lois Lane is dead, and
Right,
what would Superman do about
and,
it?
and that's what Snyder
Um,
was alluding to. You know what I mean? In his movies, that would have been amazing to see. Now we don't know much about this one yet. All that we know is it exists because the way they dropped this announcement was in a unique way. It was revealed via a press release for Batman the Halloween Part 2.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the movie that's gonna have, once that releases, that's gonna have the sneak peek of Injustice.
Yeah, among the
So
bonus features included on the Blu-ray set will be a trailer for an Injustice movie. So we'll know more about it
Mhm.
once we get Batman the Long Halloween Part 2 on Blu-ray. So I'm guessing it's
yeah.
it's animated, right?
Mhm.
So that'll be
Yeah, this
cool.
is animated.
They can do a lot with that, and DC is known for having great animated movies. You know,
Yeah, that's
um,
one thing that they kick Marvel's butt in is their animated movies for sure.
yeah,
They do a great job with those.
Yeah, because we'll see. Because they, from what this article that I'm reading, they also, I guess, uh, it's saying that Ed Boon is finishing up Injustice 3 to finish that Injustice timeline. So we'll
okay,
see
Oh, really?
what, yeah. So we'll see how that
Interesting.
goes. Yeah, um he said something during last year's DC fandom virtual convention. So people have
Okay.
been excited. So DC's definitely, looks like DC's following that story right now.
Hmm.
Is it going to be exactly just animated instead of, the video game? We'll see.
I mean,
Mm.
they're probably gonna follow the comics. Um, so far, DC seems to pretty much stick to the comics, like almost to a T, especially with like almost. I remember in Batman Hush they added some stuff, and I was not feeling that, but I love the Hush story regardless. So I still had a good time with it. Um, yeah, they're probably gonna follow the comics and probably start off with like the Joker messing with the city and he kills Lois Lane, and then Superman spirals and becomes evil. Um, it makes more
Yeah.
sense to follow the comics than the games per se, but the games could take them in different directions maybe. But
Yeah.
the basis is probably a comic.
You think
Yeah.
they will do touch on the Injustice Year Zero with the prequel, possibly?
Oh, maybe,
And
maybe.
then start with that, and then
That could give them more source material because people have to think that this comes from a game. So yeah, I would have as much material as I can, because I know it's not like a huge graphic novel, but they do have like a lot of issues with
Mhm.
Injustice. I think the Injustice comic I got to came with the game as like a special
Hmm.
edition or something like that. Um, and that was Injustice is a cool story, you guys. Like, to me, it's really cool to see like the what if, like what if Spider-Man never got bit by a spider but someone else did, or what if
Mhm.
you know Superman couldn't save Lois Lane, then he kills the Joker, which spirals to him killing more and more people because that's
Yeah,
what he thinks the right thing to do. I think this is a cool story, so I'm actually
yeah.
um
because Wonder Woman's on his side and Robin.
Yeah, that's OP. Like Superman and Wonder Woman on the same side, they should have like split them up. You know what I mean? that's that's OP. I know Batman's
Yeah.
on the other side, right?
Yeah.
And then you got the villains are mixed in with this as well, where they're taking
Yeah.
sides because it's like shit
Yeah,
just
I
got
think
real.
they're yeah, because I think they're on Batman's side because they're like, all right, we're gonna help him because Superman's killing all of us for no reason. So
I love the broccoli emoji for some reason. It's my favorite one, and the
Yeah.
finger sniffing.
yeah,
Yeah.
It's a good one.
yeah. I'll have to go back. I'll have to read the comics on digitally and see how that story goes. So 'cause it seems like I said, I like the video game, and I like kind of like how Zack Snyder was kind of going that way with his with the movies. So I can only imagine what the comics would be like because usually source material is always the best. It's just how it is. Like movies or the books are better than the movies, and so
I don't like that pony one. I'm not a fan.
Yeah, that pony one, guys. Its name is Almond Child Baby. Okay. So if you see that pony emoji, you make sure that the pony's name is Almond Child Baby, and I said almond like that purposefully. It's not almond. It's almond. Almond Child Baby.
Almond.
Okay.
I can't even.
Nope.
Fuck.
It's almond.
So yeah, I'm excited, man. I like both the Injustice games are great, and I know we're gonna get more in the future. Oh well, hopefully. I guess I don't know anymore. I guess anything's up in the air right now, but hope to get more in the future, and also whatever else NetherRealm's working on, which is rumored to be potentially Marvel stuff, which would be awesome as well.
Yeah,
so,
Avengers versus X-Men.
We just don't know what's gonna happen now. That's the only thing. It's like,
yeah, we really don't. Whether it's gonna be Injustice that comes first or Avengers versus X-Men, if those rumors are true, a lot of what we picked in the last episode of like which characters will be on there, we chose a lot of Avengers characters, a lot of X-Men characters. So
yeah, not purposely either.
That would do it.
Not we were just we were just like just naming off characters that we were like who we want to see, and it's Avengers and X-Men. So it's like
so that works. Yep.
Yeah.
That definitely works. Now, if it was not Avengers versus X-Men, Marvel versus DC, I think that's a lot more likely with Discovery, but we'll see. I really like the fact that it could be Avengers versus X-Men though, because there's some storylines that cross over there. They could go the Civil War route. If you guys have read the Civil War books, it does deal a lot more with different X-Men characters rather than the movie where it's more so about Iron Man and Cap, which it is in the books too, but
there's more to it.
There's a lot more to it. There's Wolverine's story with Spider-Man and people like change sides of who they think is right and stuff like that. So they could technically like do something like that if they want to do Avengers versus X-Men story.
I just have hope for Gambit.
I'm pretty sure Gambit will be there.
Just like I could imagine NetherRealm doing a fighting game and having Gambit as a character. Just 100%. That's who I'm using. It's my main. No doubt about it. Make it happen, Ed Boon.
Sorry, I'm just gonna kick in my fucking Batman ears.
Yeah, dude, I love those things, man. And those are huge. Speaking of huge,
I know.
What a huge announcement as well that J.J. Abrams and Matt Reeves, who's behind the new Batman movie, are making a new animated series for HBO Max called The Caped Crusader. And that is the artwork for it. And holy shitballs, does that look amazing. Like, I have not been excited for anything animated in a long time like I am for this. Especially because it's on HBO Max. It makes me think of, like, the potential of like production, like artwork, like just I think they're gonna go above and beyond.
Well, they I just the Verge, they said that HBO Max is getting Batman the Cape Crusader and My Adventures with Superman.
Yeah,
Both
My
were,
Adventures of Superman, is that the one with like Lois and Superman when they're like teenagers or whatever,
I
or like
believe,
kids, young couple? I
yes,
saw that one,
yeah,
and it was like, okay,
that one.
but
Yeah,
I
I mean,
wasn't as
it doesn't
excited.
look good at
Yeah,
all. I mean, it kind of just looks like cool. It'd be something like your daughter
it's something
probably
a lot of people
would
will like.
watch.
It's just not for me, probably.
Yeah, probably like young teens. It's more like that. But the Cape Crusader is definitely. I mean, look at this thing.
Oh
Come
my
on,
gosh,
Yeah.
come
yeah,
on,
dude.
guys.
I'm bringing up this
Yeah,
Deadline
love
article.
it.
It's
Oh,
it says
there's more to it.
Batman Cape Crusader, an animated series from executive producers Bruce Timm, J.J. Abrams, and Matt Reeves. It just that sentence alone has me excited. Receive a straight to series order from HBO Max and Cartoon Network. The reimagining of the Batman mythology is produced by Warner Brothers Animation, Bad Robot Productions, and Six in Idaho, and marks the Batman the Animated Series producer Tim's return to Batman an animated episodic series. The animated series, blah blah blah, blah blah blah, blah blah blah. They unveiled the series on Wednesday. It just looks like it's going to be a more dark and serious, like animated Batman show, and that's what has me pumped.
Yeah, because they say it's more of a Norish
Yeah,
re-imaging of the character. So it's definitely that old school. I mean, the old school long-eared owl. I mean, it's just, yeah. I'm digging it.
Yeah, that looks cool. I
He
really
looks
love
like
that style.
Yeah, he looks like he's gonna kick some ass.
It's like my background is a prequel to what's about to happen, and then yours is, he's getting ready to come to the signal.
Yeah,
I got some
but
Batman stuff behind me here.
have you seen the actual art, the whole entire artwork to this? It's so you see part of it. The lower half that you don't see is Gotham City. So he's overlooking Gotham City, and then it says Batman Cape Crusader. It's just like it gives you that 1930s like
Yeah,
detective.
so those
Yeah.
ears are vicious, man.
Dude. Yeah.
I mean, could you? He actually looks like, I think they're going for like where he's gonna actually really scare his.
Mhm.
Are you team
villains.
long ears or short ears?
Long ears. I'm
Yeah,
long
too.
ears.
Long ears.
I mean, it was. I liked that they went short ears with like Zack Snyder with Ben Affleck's Batman because everyone's done like the long ear, so it was good to see it like that. It was fresh, but I like the long ears personally.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, Zack Snyder's Batman was very heavily influenced by Frank Miller's Batman.
Yeah,
So yeah, really
which
short
I
ears.
like too. So
Yeah, Frank Miller is it.
yeah, because he was just that bulky Batman. I mean, he's just like freaking grinder face.
That's how you do it. I think, I don't know. Did I ever do a Frank Miller rant on this show? I think I did. Frank Miller's the best, you guys.
Yeah, he's good. No, I don't think you did.
We'll have to have a 3-bit rant
Oh, yeah.
section just for Frank Miller.
Yeah, we'll talk about Sin City and all that.
Freaking 300. Gosh, that dude is a genius.
Yeah.
So,
but not the sequel to 300, please.
No,
we will not talk about that.
We don't talk about that. No.
it kind of
That
reminds
was
me a little bit of the other Matt Reeves project, the Batman, Robert Pattinson's look, right? He's got the long ears as well, not as long, obviously. That would be a little crazy for an actual live action movie.
Yeah,
but it's got the dark aesthetic. Like he's got like the scowl and stuff. You know, one thing I will say is they're looking like they're going for more of a real world vibe in the Batman, whereas Cape Crusader looks like it's more of like he's just gonna be in the shadows all the time. You know what I mean? It's like he's gonna hunt his victims in the shadows and serve
Which I
justice.
like.
Serve justice through the night. in
Justice.
Gotham.
Yeah, he's very menacing looking too. It's just so like the more we talk about it, it's like, all right, can we just get this freaking anime,
Yeah,
get
we
this
had
out
to
already?
wait.
Like, come on, can we just drop it in the HBO Max tomorrow, please? Because I want to watch this.
Is Kevin Conroy doing it?
Oh, I don't know. I just closed the
Um,
article.
Oop, that was. Let's see. Matt Reeves, JJ, and Bruce Timm. No.
If Bruce Timm is there, probably Kevin Conroy is there because Bruce Timm loves Kevin Conroy.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I'm thinking.
Maybe
They-
they,
they-
want
I-
to go for a
'cause
different
they worked
vibe,
on the,
though. You know?
He's been voicing Batman forever.
Yeah.
I think they started in the Batman original animated series, and for those if you guys have never watched that, that's crazy to me. The Batman animated original series with like Bruce Timm, and that's first off where Kevin Conroy first started voice acting as Batman, and
Oh,
that's
that
how
show
Harley
is
Quinn.
amazing, dude. That
Amazing
started
show.
when I was still a kid.
Yeah, that was such a good show, and that's literally the first appearance of Harley Quinn. We're
Yeah.
talking about Injustice, how it first started from a video game. Harley Quinn first started from a cartoon,
Yeah.
on that show. So let's definitely hope that Kevin Conroy is in it, because I think he's one of the best voices of Batman, and we'll see. But there's been some pretty good Batmans as well. I think Troy Baker did not too bad.
Was
Yeah,
it called? It was called Batman the series,
Batman.
wasn't it? Like
They did
Yeah,
they
Batman the
did
animated
not
series.
mention who's doing the voice acting, so it seems it could be just very early in development.
Yeah,
So-
probably previs or something.
So
So
we might.
sorry, Psycho. Go ahead, man.
No, I was just saying we might see something later. That's all.
So Batman the animated series was from 92 to 95. I was 9 years old when that started. I was super into this show. Question, here's
I was 1 year old.
so here's a
I was
tough
12.
question I'm gonna ask you guys, and I'm gonna put you on the spot here. What was better, Batman the animated series or X-Men?
Batman.
Yeah, I watched more Batman animated series than X-Men.
You almost had me, because I thought about that original theme. Love it. And that was actually that show was inspired by Jim Lee's art style, and that was such a magical show too. I would watch X-Men the animated series all the time. I'm like picture like Kid 3-bit eating his cereal and watching X-Men all like on repeat. I had like a VHS tape of like the Sabretooth episode and the snow and stuff. But Batman, it was just something special with like the writers, with like the theme and style of how dark it was.
It felt like a serious show, but it was still okay for kids to watch.
Yeah,
you know what I
some
mean?
weird
Like,
mix where it's supposed to be a kids show, but they did some.
Yeah.
They talked about some serious topics sometimes, with like mental health sometimes, and other stuff. So it was a little ahead of its time. So yeah, Batman, I would have to say.
And
but
they
I
did
do
an
love the X-Men show.
amazing job on all the villains as well in the Batman the animated series. Like the iconic, what everybody thinks of as Joker with Mark Hamill, and and just that voice and the look. I mean, when people think of the Joker, I think automatically in their head they kind of go back to Batman the animated series, right? And Penguin was awesome on there as well. It's just like Harley Quinn was introduced, and I don't know who voice acted Harley Quinn, but she did an amazing job as well.
Mhm.
Just it was a great show. I know we lost 3-bit there. He timed out.
Oh,
Yeah.
come back,
Well,
3-bit.
he said his computer was having issues a little while ago.
Yeah.
So, but for me, honestly, just those X-Men cartoons just hold a special place, you know? Like,
Yeah.
that was my favorite thing to watch. Just, I love the team up of them all. Like, so many, like, awesome heroes, you know, together. And I liked the whole story behind it. I thought it was great. So I would just, because of just personal, like, taste, I would give this slight edge X-Men for me. And I love Batman. So it's hard, that's hard for me to say, you know, but like that might be my favorite like animated thing ever, was that X-Men cartoon. It was really great.
Yeah. Yeah, I just, like I said, I watched some episodes, but the animated series, Batman animated
Yeah.
series, was more my style. But you know, plus I was 12 years old at the time, so I was a little bit older.
Yeah.
My brother would watch it all the time. I was out usually with my friends, and you know, doing stuff that we're not supposed to as 12-year-olds.
Oh, dude, that was a bad age for me too, man. Like I'm surprised I'm alive, you know, from the stuff like I did when I was in like 5th and 6th grade, you know, just like so
Yeah.
stupid.
Yeah.
Shout out KY Bob, Power Man 4K, Boogie. We got CMBR. Let's see Mike in the chat as well. Kate, baby. Caper Grant was hanging out here. Thank you all for watching and hanging out with us tonight. So yeah, man, I think this has a lot of potential, especially with where it's going to be showing up.
Oh yeah, I mean, just with this drawing, it just get kind of like screams what it's gonna feel like to you. You know what I mean? So it's gonna get that nitty gritty, menacing Batman. That timeline, don't know where they're gonna go with it. But whatever they're gonna do, it's dropping right into HBO Max, and that's just another thing that having that subscription services benefits. It's gonna be great. I'm excited. When I saw that today, I was like, "Ooh, very interesting." So yeah, I'm definitely, and I'm more of a Superman guy, so that if I'm getting intrigued by it, so that says a lot.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to read something else that might get you guys excited.
Oh.
So this is just some statement from somebody involved. President of Warner Brothers, Tom Aschheim. Hey, 3-bit, welcome back, dude.
Hi, buddy.
And he said, "It is always fun to feed the insatiable appetite fans have for all things Batman. Batman Cape Crusader will entertain first-time and die-hard fans alike. And with such an impressive creative team in place, we know we have another future Batman classic in the making." And then he goes on to say, Batman, the animated series, was a masterpiece that shaped the perception of the character for an entire generation of fans. It is in that spirit that we are bringing together 3 master storytellers in JJ, Matt, and Bruce, each with their own intuitive understanding and affection for the character, to create a new series that will continue in the same groundbreaking legacy.
That's so, like, first off, these people are like the top of their game, especially like in their different like respective genres, like Bruce, Tim, JJ, and who's the third one?
Bruce
Matt,
Timm, J.J. Abrams, and Matt Reeves. Matt Reeves is
Matt
the
Reeves,
director
yes, who's
of the
directing
Batman.
the
Yeah.
Batman, right? Yeah, these people are like the top of their game. Um, and they're very like very good at what they do. So it's gonna be cool to see them come together. Um, when I think about this, I think about what the Mandalorian team is like. If you guys have not seen on Disney Plus, there is a Mandalorian behind the scenes where you get to see all the different directors like talk with each other. And
Yeah.
to me, that's really fascinating because you have all of these different directors who have different perspectives on a, they come from their whatever their backstory is in terms of like creating content. Like Taika Waititi is such a wacky sort of director,
Yeah.
but what he
Yes.
brings to Mandalorian is it's incredible, right? And then you take his style with the girl who's on Jurassic World. I can't remember her name, but she directed an episode, and that was her first time directing the episode. And it's really cool to see sometimes all of these directors who have like these different visions come together. Because I always think like, oh, you have all these big personalities and stuff. Is that always like the best thing when it comes to a project, when you have conflicting visions on who you think Batman might be, and then someone else thinks it might be like something, different character? But it can also be like a polishing experience also if you all agree on who this character is. And it just has a lot of potential. Like I'm really a big fan of JJ. I think um besides Star Wars, he did an amazing job on like the show Fringe. If you guys ever watched that, pretty sure he did Lost. I love the craziness he did in that TV show. He's just a good director overall. And then Matt Reeves, I don't know too much about besides the Batman, um, but he seems very talented just from what I'm seeing. Uh, what's going on with the Batman, and then
Yeah. I
yeah,
wonder what
so
else he's
good
done.
squad. She is Ron Howard. Oh yeah, yes. Thank you, Kate. How did Kate know? Yeah,
She
Bryce.
knows everything about every celebrity and their
Bryce
relationship
Dallas Howard.
status.
Yeah, that's exactly who I'm talking about. I think.
Yeah, we need to have her on like for an episode like just like, hey, couples in their relationships, and she can tell us like who's been with who's like um who's free right now,
Get her on when we start doing the Star Wars. She needs
Yeah.
to watch all the Star Wars movies. Kate needs to watch it from Mav. Mav already said like Rogue One, which I agree with. You could watch Rogue One, and then you could watch like, what was it, 4, 5, and 6, then 1, 2, and 3, and then I guess the rest.
Okay. So he's known for, I'm gonna go to director status here. War for the Planet of the Apes, Dawn of the
Oh,
Planet of
okay.
the Apes,
I forgot about that. Yeah.
Let Me In, Cloverfield, um, and that's the movies that he's known for. I'm down. Like, 'cause I like all those movies.
Those are all great.
Those are all great movies, right?
And with Cloverfield, so he directed Cloverfield.
Yeah.
Interesting. I guess he worked with JJ. Maybe that's the first time he worked with JJ, because I know JJ Abrams had a lot to do with Cloverfield, or at least it was like his production company, Bad Robot, that did Cloverfield. So maybe they met there and they already have
Yeah,
like a
maybe.
good relationship. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, and then the War for the Planet of the Apes and Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. Those are
Oh,
great.
good
Yeah.
movies. Yeah.
Um, that's a franchise. Like I was when they announced like they're gonna have this new Planet of the Apes movies. Like, oh, how are they gonna do this? Because they did the Mark Wahlberg one, right? It's like, okay, and then these ones though were just like, okay, like, those
Yeah.
are pretty fucking cool.
My
Like,
sister was actually just trying to watch that movie. It's good stuff.
yeah. So hey, dude, this series is in good hands. I think we're going to see great things, and I think animated Batman shows are going to become extremely popular again. So can't wait for it.
Yep.
But there's more. You know what? I'll save this one. Okay. We're gonna go on to this next more DC stuff because everybody, it is time for FunPop trivia.
You son of a bitch!
Yeah. All right, everybody. So.
All right, we got a map here. We got a psycho. Let's go.
Oh.
See. Hey, KY Bob, welcome.
Yes,
Right.
we got a new speculator.
Do we really? Oh, wow. KY Bob, welcome to the Speculators. Thank you so much for the support. And super appreciate that, man. Super mean that. Greatly appreciate it, dude. Thank you. Guys, I know what Bob couldn't resist the finger emoji. That's what it was. You know, it's that thing. It's the hand emoji. We have some more trivia here today for you. Now, this one, first one, I think is starting out a little easy. Remember, this is how we're doing this. We got one Marvel question, one DC question, and one Star Wars question each week. Right now, the score is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 for 3-bit and 4 for Psychonauts, because Midway has given all of his points to 3-bit, and 3-bit's the only one that got a point last week. Out of 9 possible points from everybody that we had here, there was only somebody that got 1 point.
It's hard.
So
Those are hard questions last week.
We'll see how you guys do this week. I was like trying to, it's like, okay, I'm gonna take it down a little bit, you know, because like y'all were so bad.
Oh yeah, that was it.
So we're gonna see how this goes. The first question is, and what color blood do scrolls have? The answers are green, red, puce, or blue. So we'll go to Psychonauts first. Psycho, is scrolls, do they have green blood, red blood, puce blood, or blue blood?
Blue.
Blue is the answer. Okay, 3-bit. Do they have green blood, red blood, puce blood, or blue blood?
The scrolls are like the ones in like Captain Marvel, right?
Yes.
Gosh. I'm gonna go with it's between two for me. I'm not sure. It's between green and blue. I'm gonna go with blue.
Blue?
Yeah.
Are you guys sure? That's your final answer?
Yeah, I guess.
Well, guys, we'll see who got this right. Wrong one. Y'all are both correct. The correct answer is blue. 1 point to each of you. Congratulations. Let's see. 1 point for Psycho. 1 point for 3-bit. Okay, next question.
The only reason I was about to choose greens. The only reason I didn't is because I thought about their skin color. I'm like, it's not gonna be the same as their skin. That's why I asked you about the Captain Marvel. I'm like, aren't they green?
What the F is puce? What color is puce?
Yeah, what is that?
It's a
I
real
feel like I
color.
made that up.
It's a real
You just
color.
made that up?
It's a real color that has a weird name, so I threw it in there.
Okay,
But,
but like you check the Corolla box and you're like, puce. There we go.
it's like a
Lovely orange.
It's like a pinkish, rosy color, kind of. I think. All right, guys. Next is moving on to DC. Martian Manhunter's name is. Okay, we're gonna start with 3-bit this time. Is it Zook? Is it Marvin, Martian Manhunter? Is it John Johns? Or is it Kilowog? Marvin Manhunter's name.
John.
Okay, is that your final answer?
Yeah.
All right. Psychonauts, what is Martian Manhunter's name? Is it Zook? Is it Marvin? Is it John Johns? Or is it Kilowog?
Well, I'm also gonna follow with what 3-bit said, John Johns. I know it's not Marvin Kilowog, and I don't remember seeing Zook.
So I remember it was just a weird name, and that just seems like it's it.
So it's not Marvin Martian?
No.
He doesn't look like a Marvin.
All right. I am revealing the answer. Again, guys, you are on fire.
Killing it this week.
I know.
I
don't know what happened last week.
Yeah, we were something. I don't know. It was something in the air.
Yeah. I guess. Yeah, y'all did bad. All right. Next, we have Star Wars coming up. All right, guys. So, what is the name of the Death Star's original commander? Okay. Is it Grand Moff Tarkin? Is it Grind Muff Turducken? Is it Grand Moff Turkin? Or is it Grand Mott Farkin? What is the name of the original commander? Is it Grand Moff Tarkin? Is it Grind Muff Turducken? Is it Grand Moff Turkin? Or Grand Mott Farkin? Psychonauts, you go first on this one.
I'm gonna go with Grand Moff Tarkin.
Grand Moff Tarkin? Are you sure?
Grand Moff Tarkin.
Okay. All right. Well, 3-bit. He went with Grand Moff Tarkin. I don't know if that's right. Is it Grand Moff Tarkin, Grind Muff Turducken, Grand Moff Turkin, or Grand Mott Farkin?
What's the first one say?
Grand Moff Tarkin.
I'm gonna go with the blue one.
Grand Moff.
Wait, no. I take it back. Wait. I hate you.
Grand Mott Farkin, Grand Moff Turkin, Grind Muff Turducken, or Grand Moff Tarkin?
I'm gonna go with the first one.
Grand Moff Tarkin.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, drum roll, please. Grand Moff Tarkin, y'all are both correct again. Another point for each of you. Another.
I was
point.
about to choose that other one. What was that other one?
Which one? Grand Moff
You was gonna
Farkin.
go
The blue. I was about to choose a blue one.
Grand Moff Turkin.
Yeah. Until I like the beginning sounds good, but then like Turkin, that doesn't sound right.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Whew.
All right, guys, you each got another point. Psycho, you didn't gain any ground here. So
I tried.
He nailed it. You know, I think you were too confident in your answers, and that influenced him. So next time when you know, you need to play coy a little bit. You need to be like, oh man, I don't know. I guess this one, you know, you got to start playing that strategy out. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm gonna mind fuck you next time, buddy.
Bring it on. All right, guys. That was FunPop trivia. Thank you for playing again this week, guys.
Been
It's
a pleasure,
good.
y'all. Thank you.
I did like grind muff turducken. That was a good one.
Yeah.
Those answers was good at throwing you off, so almost got me.
All right. Yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed the trivia. It's something that we tried to do each week now, just to have a little bit of fun and break up the show a little bit. It's fun. You know, I'll admit it's fun for me coming up with the fake answers.
Yeah. Some of them you had in the past where I'm like, what the fuck? What? Yeah. Like, okay, so like the one with the enchantress,
That got me.
the right answer I thought was wrong.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, that's
I
that's
chose. That's why I
obvious.
chose that question, because I saw the answer, and I was like, that's gonna throw them because they're gonna think I put that in there because it's a fucking
It was
band.
smart because I was
You
thinking
know?
Egyptian, and
Yeah.
then like Anubis. You know, I'm
So
like,
what-
oh yeah.
What I
And
was
the
gonna
other
do,
answers
guys,
were legit.
my plan was to put all bands as the answers. But I couldn't find any other bands that worked as good as Incubus, so they were all like obviously fake. Like I was gonna put like Sublime, Bush, you know, like
Yeah.
Green Day.
Well, if you did
like,
that, I
it's
probably
like-
would have got it.
yeah, so I was like, okay, I don't know who else to put here. Like Rage Against the Machine. No, it's not his fucking name. You know, it's fucking Incubus,
Yeah.
right? So I had to go a different direction with that.
Yeah,
She did make up Turducken. Turducken was all Kate. So
good job.
That was a
Kate.
good one, Kate. That was good.
all right. So hey, there's another DC thing that's
What?
happening. There's more. But wait,
More?
there's
It's like
more.
a DC episode.
It is a DC episode, man. Because guess what? There's a Batgirl movie coming, and they found a new directing duo. And so it says
Yes.
Batgirl film finds new directing duo. This is from Sci-Fi Wire. Batgirl film finds new directing duo and sets HBO Max premiere following Joss Whedon's exit. Oh, Joss Whedon, that guy.
Whew. Whew.
After
Yeah.
spending some time in creative limbo, Warner Brothers' big screen ambitions for Jim Gordon's famous daughter appear to finally be emerging from Gotham City's swirling mist. The long-planned Batgirl film, set to follow Barbara Gordon's crime-fighting footsteps, has reportedly found a new directing duo 3 years after Joss Whedon walked away from the project.
Interesting. So is this live action then?
Live
sure.
action?
Yeah. Yep.
Who's gonna play Batgirl?
Don't know. It's
This
a
is just
Moroccan
like they
born
announced
duo.
it
Oh, here,
in
here
their-
hold on. They revived the Bad Boys film franchise.
Wait, what?
Yeah, that these guys are responsible for reviving
Yeah.
Bad Boys.
Oh, okay.
and they went on to take up showrunning and co-producing duties for Miss Marvel, while also reporting directing that season's first and final episodes.
I have not seen the latest Bad Boys, but I've heard it
Pretty
was
good.
pretty good.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
I heard it was like I heard mixed things about it, but for like from the critics' standpoint, like they didn't like it as much, but everybody that I know watched the movie. I was like, yeah, it's pretty good. It was better than I expected. So
Yeah. Yeah. Plus, they got they also the project, or the producer is going to be the Kristen Burr that has done the Cruella, and that is getting raving reviews right
What
now.
movie?
Cruella with Emma Stone.
oh,
Oh, okay.
Who's doing Cruella?
What's that?
You mentioned Cruella, like
Oh,
who-
the producer that's going to be for this is Kristen Burr, who's
okay.
the helm. She's doing the project. She's the project lead of Cruella.
Oh, Cruella. Okay.
Yeah. So all the all the reviewers, because it's not out yet, but all the reviewers are freaking raving about it.
Yeah.
They like it a lot.
Yeah, I saw
So,
the trailer for that. It looked interesting. I was like, this is different, for
mhm.
sure. So here's a question, because this is probably some ways off, and like everything we're talking about, because all this is DC stuff and there's a big shakeup. Like, who knows what's going to actually happen with all this? I think it's going to move forward. All these are going to move forward though, because as far as we know, Warner is going to continue as planned, right? So, with this movie, who should be Batgirl? Because DC doesn't use the people from the shows. So who do y'all want to be Batgirl in this movie?
Um,
Put you on the
maybe
spot. I haven't even thought about this
I'm
myself.
thinking of
Here's the thing:
she's decent.
they haven't done a
Um,
great job casting back, like women, like as far as like the DC movies in the past. You know what I mean? Like,
mhm.
it's like they go for the wrong things, not acting ability. Sometimes, like they went Michelle Pfeiffer and Halle Berry for Catwoman, right? And not saying they're bad actresses whatsoever, but it seems like they
It took her
chose them for
years to
different
recover
reasons or
because of
something.
that movie.
Michelle Pfeiffer was okay. Halle Berry, everybody hated that movie.
It was
Um,
it was it was one of the worst movies I've ever seen.
yeah. And then you
Um,
have, Anne Hathaway was Catwoman again, and we haven't
Mhm.
seen like only Batgirl we've seen on the in the movies is Alicia Silverstone, right?
yeah.
From like Batman Forever,
No,
that
Batman and
Batgirl,
Robin.
Batman and Robin.
Yeah,
Okay,
1997 was the last time we saw.
so it's like who? Now we had two different people play Batgirl on in the DC like
TV
WB
series.
shows, right? We had Ruby Rose, and I can't remember the name of the new lady that is doing it. Um,
That's Batwoman, though.
oh, it's Batwoman. It's
Yeah,
different.
it's Batwoman, not Batgirl. Batwoman.
Okay, I'm sorry, I'm getting them confused.
Yeah, I watched a little bit of that. It was okay.
Yeah. Who's
um,
Batgirl, guys? I need a
that's
Batgirl.
hard.
Hmm.
There's a couple people I'm looking at, like thinking of like look wise, that'll be kind of cool, but I'm not sure about. Okay, I got two people in mind. Ready? The first person I'm thinking of that might be kind of cool is I'm not sure if she's too young. It depends on which Batgirl they're going for, because there's really young Batgirls and then there's like a little bit more adult ones. The girl from It, um, she has like the orangey hair. I can't remember her name. This is where Kate jumps in, like, oh, boop, that person. But yeah, the girl from It, I can't remember her name. I think would be kind of cool because she has that orangey hair, at least in that role, and kind of has the look. She's a good actress in It, so that's not too bad. I see you guys looking it up.
Who? What
You
movie
know
are
what
you
I'm
talking
talking
about?
about?
What actress?
It.
The girl from It.
Yeah, it's the girl. Now I gotta look this
It
up.
Follows or It?
It, like IT.
There's a girl named Sophia Lillis. She played Beverly Marsh. She has an orangish hair.
Can you show like a picture? Yeah.
This girl.
Let's see.
I haven't seen this
Oh yeah, yeah,
movie
yeah,
on
yeah.
purpose because I can't watch it.
Yes, her.
So this is Sophia
Um,
Lillis.
it is like one of those movies
Can't watch it.
where I don't really watch horror movies as much. Um, but dang, I really liked it because it didn't feel like a horror story necessarily. It like my problem with a lot of horror movies is that the plot is kind of weak because they're just trying to scare you. Like usually the plot is like they live in a house and the house and then they just move in and that house has been haunted, but they ignore it because why not? And then things go wrong. Ooh, right? that's usually like horror like plots, but this one, like what I liked about it is like it felt very creative and like the origins of that clown character, and it felt more like a actual story, like I don't know, like a comic or something, with how they handled like the plot. And there's two It movies, there's part one, part two. um and oh, Mav, the person who plays her later is the person we just talked about, the girl Dallas.
Bryce Dallas Howard.
Yeah, so she plays the older version of her in the sequel. And you could kind of see it. But yeah, she did. I choose her. I was gonna say something else, but I feel like that would downplay this character. I was gonna say like the girl from what was it, Winx? That really bad. It's not bad, but it's okay. Winx show on Netflix. She has that
Winx.
look. I think it's called Winx. Is it Fate Winx or something? Now I gotta look that up. I don't know any of
I
these
don't know.
people's names. It's a
Um,
Netflix show.
I can't watch it, guys. Scared of
Why?
You
clowns.
can do it, Math.
Why?
Scared of clowns.
Oh yeah.
Thing.
Never mind. That dude is the creepiest clown I've ever seen. So
I had. It's like it goes back to my childhood. I can't go there.
Rebit.
It's a thing.
No,
It's a
I
real
can't even
thing.
convince him because I got freaked out. If I get freaked out and he's afraid of clowns, it's not gonna happen.
Yeah, I used to have these
Um,
nightmares like when I was a kid. Like a reoccurring one, like every night, and it was like it's haunted me my entire life.
So
It's like
Oh,
I can't do it.
Abigail Cohen is her name, from Fate the Winx Saga. She just has. When I picture Batgirl, I picture her of like having just reddish hair, right?
Yeah.
So those are the two characters I'm thinking of. But Abigail Cohen from the Fate. Yes, Kate, the fairy show.
Fairy show.
She'd be. It's based off of this really girly cartoon show, fairies and stuff, and there's like the different fairy types.
Oh yeah, there's toys for that too.
Yeah,
Like you like spin them
so
and they like shoot in the air.
they did
and
like a
fly.
Netflix show, like trying to make it more serious, and then she's one of the characters. But that's a shame, Matt, because I think that's one of the greatest horror movies ever,
it is good.
like ever.
Yeah.
Um,
Won't watch
because
it.
of the way
Hey,
he
I'll
did
tell
it.
you what. If you come over, I'll watch it. I need to watch it with friends, and people have to sleep over with me.
When I go to Texas, we could watch.
Okay. Yeah, that's cool, man. No, I could make
What is
it.
this?
It's just not worth it for me to put myself through that, man. I don't know. I can't do it. I can't do it. What is
What is
Psycho?
what, Psycho? The Fate? The Winx?
No, I was just the emojis Caitlin put in the chat.
Oh, do we have fairy emojis?
Did
Apparently,
you? I don't know how she did
You
that.
do that during the show while we're talking about Fate? The Winx?
no, I think that's not Nels. I think that's just on her.
Oh, just the phone? Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
Cool.
yeah.
Well,
It's okay.
Who do you think, Psycho? Who would you pick to be a Batgirl?
I was thinking about who would play a good Batgirl, and possibly they had some action scenes that cannot she can hold her own, and I didn't remember her name, but I remember the movie she was in. But I looked her up. It's Holly Valance, and she was in Taken and Dead or Alive, and she was in the Prison Break TV show.
You got me. I love Prison Break.
Holly Valance.
Holly Valance.
Oh, how do you spell it? Oh, I see.
Valance. So that's she kind of has that.
Oh, she was the main character. She was Michael. Who's the main character's name? Michael's kind of girlfriend in that show, but not really, because he was kind of using her.
So she's young, but she can kind of play whatever whatever age that they're gonna choose her at, but also she can handle herself with with fighting. She was in Dead or Alive, so so she has. I think she would play the part well, because there's really no one that has any action type movies that's a female that's not in that younger age. A lot of older women, you got freaking um oh god, like Scarlett Johansson and Uma Thurman, Jessica Biel,
Mm.
who
She was great in Prison Break.
Jennifer Gardner that played Elektra. So a lot of them are a little bit older for that role.
She hasn't been acting since 2015 though. That's crazy.
Yeah, probably if she got started a family type deal. Who knows? That's who I that kind of
I agree, because like, I don't know if Mav knows her as well. I'm like picturing the scenes with her and the main character in Prison Break. I think
Yeah, I
she
didn't really
can
watch
pull off.
Prison Break.
I think she can definitely pull it off. Gosh, I forgot about Dead or Alive. I forgot Dead or Alive was a movie too.
Yeah.
Oh,
that wasn't awesome, but
wow. Yeah.
What was the movie about? I don't know if I even saw
It was
that.
like the tournament, or
they had a tournament and everything. Okay.
Yeah, and she was Christine.
Okay.
And she was Christine.
How did I miss that movie? I have to go back and watch that. That wasn't one of those what's the guy that made a bunch of those really bad movies back in the day?
It was based off of the game. It was around the Dragon Ball time, I'm sure.
Yeah, but there was this one guy that used to buy
not U-Ball. It was not U-Ball.
It wasn't U-Ball? Okay, yeah.
No, it was Corey Yun.
Yeah, you know there's a Far Cry movie? A U-Ball Far Cry movie?
What? Oh. Really?
Yeah, shit you not, bro.
Yeah, that's why no one's heard of it.
There's a Blood Rain movie from U-Ball.
I think I would watch what was it? Something Harry, whatever that first person movie. It was Something Harry, and it was bad, but I think I would rather watch that than freaking any U-Ball movies.
Yeah. So I didn't ever think about this until I just asked you guys. Did we lose 3-bit again? We lost 3-bit again.
Did we?
He looks like he's deep in thought right now.
Yeah. Well, I showed him the actress, and he was like, "Oh yeah."
We'll give him a little bit of time to get back. Yeah, Caper, it is awful. Hey, lady, what's up? How's it going? How are you doing? Shout out to the chat while we wait on 3-bit to completely freeze and then get back here.
What's up, Caper Grant?
We got Caper Grant here. We got Kate, Lady, Boogeyman, Mike, CMBR. Everybody already shouted out. Thank you guys again for being here and having fun chatting and stuff with us. We had a fun trivia a little while ago, and both of these guys got all 3 right. So I haven't found that balance yet of like what is the right difficulty for y'all. I thought y'all were gonna at least get one wrong each, but no. And now I'm losing Psychonauts. Is this a recreation of what was happening the other day on Xbox Live Party Chat, where we lost 3-bit randomly and then we lost Psychonauts randomly? Well, I think it is. So hi guys, it's just me right now on my podcast, like the old days of Xbox Ultimate, and I'm live by myself. This is a thing, so I'm just gonna roll with it. So I'm gonna tell you guys who I picked for Batgirl, and then we'll see if they hear this and chime in with their thoughts when they come back. So, oh, here's Psychonauts back already. Man, that's crazy, dude. 3-bit, and then you all of a sudden bouncing out. It's like, oh my gosh,
have no idea.
it's just me.
It says your connection is unstable, and all of a sudden I was just talking and
dude, I'm telling you, man, the internet's been weird the last like few weeks, dude, for everybody.
Yeah.
Did you Bob? I think it's the network like of the freaking country right now is like going through things because streamers I watch and have watched for a while, I've noticed them having random problems at different times too. It's kind of weird. I've on my side here, I can tell because I can see the stream quality. It's been completely consistent this entire time, which is great because that hasn't been the case, right? Off and on the last couple of days. But I was about to say who I was gonna pick for Batgirl, and I was racking my head back and forth, trying to figure out who it is, and I got 3 that I can't decide, and maybe you can help me pick between these 3. Okay. All right. So first is hold on. Here's 3-bit. Get his input right away. Yeah, you saw some buffering, KY.
We'll talk about his hamster wheel fucking internet.
Yeah, well, you got knocked, and then 3-bit got knocked, and you got knocked for a
second.
No,
I didn't. What are you talking
about? Oh yeah. Man, 3-bit, you're the only one here who has bad internet. I mean, what's going on?
Yeah, man. God.
I don't know what's going on today.
That's crazy.
It's acting really weird.
It was funny. It's actually for real though. Psycho got knocked too. And then it was
really?
I was just here by myself talking for a little bit. It was cool. It was fun.
Talking to the spectators.
It was like the old days of Xbox Ultimate, except I was live. It was weird, you know. But I was about to say who the
war flashbacks,
man.
Yeah. You got war flashbacks.
Yeah.
So I was trying to decide between these 3 different Batgirls, and I want y'all's help to decide which one I should choose as my option. Okay. My first thought was Chloe Grace Moretz. She's been in lots of different things. She was in what's the
a lot of her movies.
Yeah. I mean, she's been around for a while now. And she was in like Carrie. She was in like she was like Battle for LA, right? Or no, The Fifth Wave. The Fifth Wave. She's in Kick-Ass, right? So she's got like a little bit of background. I think she could probably pull it off, right?
She's pretty good at fighting. And,
yeah,
it's Hit Girl.
Yeah, I think she's got like that potential to do that. Okay, another one was Emily Browning.
Oh, Hit Girl, yeah.
So Emily Browning, from Sucker Punch. Y'all know her from Sucker Punch. Is the main movie she was known for me anyway.
You know, my mind completely changed on Sucker Punch. I walked out of the theater on Sucker Punch because of how bad it was.
Yeah.
And then I rewatched it maybe like 4 months ago or something.
Mm-hmm.
Man, that story is dark. And I saw the movie from like a different perspective. And here's the thing, I like watching bad movies. I don't know if I told you guys that, but I actually like watching bad movies because I don't know, you could Psycho got kicked out. I actually like watching bad movies because I think you can, first off, you could sort of laugh at it. You can not take it as seriously, but also I think you can also learn a lot from bad movies about like what different decisions would have made it a good movie, what things you can take away from a bad movie that actually was good. And I don't know, I enjoy them. for some reason. Like I'll go on Netflix and watch something I've never heard of. But sometimes Netflix really surprises me with
Yeah.
movies I thought I would hate and I end up loving. There was like this one that was like a comedy. I can't remember the name, sadly, but expected it to be really bad, and I loved it. I thought it was like a great show. I will remember it for the next one. Pop. It was like something where he was like a cook or something. But
Okay.
yeah, good stuff. Psycho, I think there's something going on the eastern side of
Yeah,
things because
Eastern's-
whenever you log off, I log off.
Yeah, I think
I-
so too.
Because I don't know what that's too convenient.
Yeah, that was happening in the Xbox party chat the other night too, right? It kept having
Yeah.
that issue. So she
Yeah,
was
maybe.
also in Sleeping Beauty in 2011.
was
It's
the-
not. I don't know if this is like the Sleeping Beauty movie. It's like I don't know. It's a different movie. I think I'm not sure. Sucker Punch. She was in a series of unfortunate events. Lemony Snicket's a series of unfortunate events. She was in Legend. This is. Just look up Emily Browning. You'll recognize her from Sucker Punch, probably. That was a pretty popular movie. And then the other one I was trying to decide on was
Which one, Baby Doll?
Saoirse Ronan.
Yeah, was that Baby Doll?
It's this girl. This is Emily Browning.
Yeah, screen share for us.
The main.
Yeah, it's the main one, the main girl.
Okay.
I don't remember the movie.
that's Baby
I have a
Doll.
horrible memory.
Me too.
And then Saoirse Ronan. She's like a really good
Saoirse.
actress.
Saoirse.
Circe. I can't say the name.
Circe, I think.
Circe, yeah. So she's like a really good actress. Lady Bird. So you saw her with reddish hair in Lady Bird, right? And I think she could pull off that role. Plus, I think just actress talent wise is pretty strong. So I think that could be really good. So I need y'all to tell me which one of the three.
Circe. She's a fantastic actress. She can act her butt off. And every movie I've seen her in, I've highly enjoyed. And I'm pretty sure she has some fighting training too, because she was in Hannah as an assassin, if you guys remember that one.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So does Hit Girl. What's her name again? That person. She also has
Sucker
some
Punch?
action. No, the
Or-
other one.
Oh,
First
Chloe
one you
Grace
said.
Moretz. Yeah.
Chloe Grace, like she has pretty
Yeah.
good like action talent and stuff. I don't think she's as strong as an actor as Circe though. She's a great actress. She's been in stuff where she's definitely have to push herself.
Yeah.
But-
Seriously, Ronan is like an exceptional
like-
actress, right? Like just
Has she won an Oscar?
she might
If
have.
not, she should have.
I saw this movie called Brooklyn with her in it. I don't know if y'all seen that, but it was great. As soon as you get back Psycho, look at 3-bit freezes. This is insane. It's like y'all's connections are blocking each other. I think
I know. It's
y'all
like
playing like seesaw.
Duel of the
Um,
Fates.
So that would be my pick. I don't know if she would take the role of Batgirl. You know what I mean? But
Which one was that?
Circe Ronan.
And that was, I'm sorry, I've been logged off.
Yeah, it's okay. No, she was in. She's like. She was in a movie called Hannah. She's just like an exceptional actress. Lady Bird.
I'm not too familiar.
Yeah,
But Hannah, I think, was she the daughter in Hannah?
I haven't seen Hannah. 3-bit was telling me about Hannah. I saw Brooklyn. She was in the movie called Brooklyn.
Okay.
She was in a movie called Lady Bird. Those are the ones I've
think we're getting
seen
DOS.
some of.
What the heck is happening?
Yeah.
Are we getting
I don't know.
DOSed?
No, I don't think so. Not
It's so weird.
you guys.
Um,
You guys can't get.
it just
DOS
always
from my
happens
stream.
when I'm with Psycho. It's just
Yeah.
so convenient. I don't know.
I might be dropping here again.
Well,
Stand by.
how long have we been live? We've been live for hour and a half, right?
Yeah, let's get to the juicy topics before we
Okay.
we kicked out.
All right. So 3-bit.
Yeah.
There was I think
Psycho's down
anyway.
south.
I'm excited about Batgirl. I think it's gonna be awesome. Do you think it's gonna be? I think it'll be cool, like to see a Batgirl movie.
Yeah, I think I'm trying to figure out where they'll take the story. Like a lot of her origin story. Here's the thing: when you do stories like this, like a character that is based in a universe of another character, like a Batman, you kind of have to be careful with it. Like Venom, right? Like Venom is centered around Spider-Man, but Spider-Man is nowhere to be seen, which I think is actually a detriment to that story. So with Batgirl, I know Batman's not going to be the focus, but I would like to see him at some point, or at least acknowledge him rather than pretend he's not there.
Right.
I'm back.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll see if 3-bit gets kicked now.
That means I'm gonna be kicked out.
Yeah. Yeah, Batgirl. I'm excited. I'm excited to see what it becomes. To see if they actually get it right. You know what I mean? It's got a lot of potential. Depends on who they cast. Depends on how they direct it. It depends on a lot of things. Just please don't make it cheesy. Right? Oh, what did we say, guys? Look at 3-bit. It's a seesaw.
Yeah.
It's a freaking seesaw. They can't they can't hang out together. Zoom just says no. You guys are not allowed to be with each other. That's insane, guys. All right, so moving on. Do you want to tell me a little bit about this Star Wars news, Psycho, before you get kicked out when 3-bit comes back?
Oh, okay. So today was announced 3 hours ago that Dave Filoni is now the executive creator of Lucasfilms.
Yeah. So Dave Filoni is responsible for a lot of awesome stuff, right?
So
including
he's
go ahead.
Yeah, he did King of the Hill. He did King of the Hill, Avatar: The Last Airbender, and was handpicked by George Lucas to help develop Star Wars: The Clone Wars. The series, it became a fan favorite. And then he did Mandalorian and The Bad Batch and Star Wars Rebels. So all those series, he's the one, and he's the one that pretty much is George Lucas in a different body. Great mind, and
he was
for
good friends
any
with
Star
Lucas
Wars
too.
fan,
He was hired by George Lucas.
Yeah,
and they would always have like conversations.
Very, 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 very great pick. Very good pick.
So how much is he gonna be involved with everything like Lucasfilm, right? Like just anything that comes out of Lucasfilm has to go through him, kind of like Kevin Feige, as of what I'm gonna assume. Your creative control.
Yeah, so pretty much he's the Kevin Feige of Star Wars, of Lucasfilms.
Right. So it may be, Marvel or Disney said, hey, this worked for Marvel. Finding the right person, putting them in place, and now, they got the right person that they feel like with Dave Filoni and have him in that spot now. So this will also should affect Indiana Jones as well, right? And other things.
Possibly. Right now he's currently overseeing multiple Star Wars series based. So he's doing The Mandalorian. He's also written and executive producer for The Book of Boba Fett, Ahsoka, Rangers of the New Republic, which is all part of the storytelling between Jedi and The Force Awakens. So he's going to be telling that story in between, of those movie franchises. So, yeah, I'm just like waiting for my connection to freaking.
Well, 3-bit's back, so that means you're next.
Killed here, but
what's going on?
So exciting news, 3-bit. It's good news.
But he's very good.
Very good. Why'd you stop? Is he frozen? You get kicked out?
Yeah, I can tell
Okay,
he
I'll
was
take over.
freezing.
It's
I can tell
very
he was
good. He was
freezing.
about to say it's very good because he's like the next Kevin Feige. And
Yeah.
and in terms of like Dave Filoni as a creative, he understands Star Wars. He understands like where Star Wars should be headed. And he did a great job in Mandalorian, did a great job in Clone Wars. He understands the universe as opposed to a director like who did Last Jedi. I forgot his name.
Oh,
Ryan Johnson.
yeah.
Who tries to change what's already there and do his own take rather than what's should be Star Wars. Like, I think Dave Filoni is going to do a good job, and they needed a Kevin Feige for sure, like a creative person in that role that understands. Now that I've said that, Psycho could take over
as you get kicked out probably in a second. Yeah, so he's an ex George Lucas, and it's going to be amazing. He's like Kevin Feige in the DC, and they needed that, and yeah, I think it's headed in the right direction. Because this keeps happening, and hey, we're almost to the 2-hour mark. I think maybe it's a good time to wrap things up. Anyway, we'll get your outros one at a time as you're here. So, Psycho, hey man, thanks for hanging out again as always, dude. And where can everybody find you?
Yeah, man. Thanks. It's been a great freaking show tonight. Sorry for the internet connection loss.
Oh, it's not just, it's something with the world right now, not you.
Yeah, I don't know, but it's just it still sucks. But you guys can find me anywhere at Psychonauts8. You can find me on YouTube under my channel, Gamer Chat Podcast. Gamer Chat's one word. You can find me here every Thursday, 10:30. Xbox Ultimate 9 with the Magnificent 7. Last night, if you guys missed it, I was on GBTV last night. And that was a lot of fun. It was a blast. I digged it. So we'll see where I'm at next. And yeah, 3-bit while you're still here, or I get kicked off here. Where can they find you?
This is strangely working out somehow. It's still managing to flow.
Take turns. Yeah. You guys can find me on Twitter. It's at the VGHD. My YouTube channel is the Video Games HD. You can find me on Xbox Ultimate every Friday. FunPop right here in the day. You could find me on Xbox Factor with Mr. Boomstick, and then Noobs and Pros. You can find me on there with Arsonist, Lady, and Dead Wolf. On Xbox Ultimate, we have the Magnificent 7. I'm doing this intro fast so that if I get kicked out, I've done a good job. So there we go. You can find me on those. Yeah, love you guys. Bye.
All right, guys. Dude, chat was awesome. You guys rock. Again, thank you for those of you that have become members, and also thank you to everybody else as well for just hanging out here with us today. And you see, this is perfect timing because both of my buddies here are frozen right now. It's just crazy. I appreciate all of you sincerely. You're amazing people. I hope that these internet issues work themselves out for tomorrow's show as well. So we'll see. I know I'm buffering right now, guys. We'll see how everything works out, but I greatly appreciate you so much, and you all have a great one. Bye
bye guys.
Bye. Holy shit. Yeah, holy crap. Like now I'm losing it. FunPop out.